Saul Album, Market News First, Microcap Engine. We're going to bring you the knowledge that you need to navigate the opaque microcap markets. And part of that is understanding the space that the big players play in, such as the Washington Post. And I, as a broker, took many a class at Kaplan and Dearborn. And they also have another division, eScore. Let me go ahead and break this down a little bit. We have the Washington Post, which owns Kaplan and Dearborn, which has a division called SCORE. And I'm quite excited because we have Senior Vice President Beth Pullenberg coming up from SCORE to tell us about what they do and how they are capturing market share, bringing in profits, and educating children and adults on the long way. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up Beth. Beth, this is Saul Album, Market News First. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. It is a lovely day today, except the market's down a little bit, but we have good GDP growth, so we're a little happy. But Beth, let's focus a little bit more on SCORE, and let me go ahead and read a little bit, and then you can feel free to augment and add and subtract what you need to. SCORE takes an active, hands-on approach to tutoring. Every aspect the SCORE experience is designed to help children succeed while making sure that they enjoy learning process, focusing on reading, math, and a litany of all skills that young adults and children need to succeed. Is that correct? What else am I missing?
That is absolutely right. We are child-focused in our approach to tutoring.
And how long has SCORE been around? And because I'm not as familiar with them, that's because I don't have children, I guess. But how long has SCORE been around? How long have they been doing this?
So SCORE was founded in 1992, so we have been doing this for about 15 years. We're a teenager in the industry in that sense.
Okay, and have you guys always focused on the broad range from say teenagers and down, or I should say 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds and down, or just branched out to that?
We have served students that are in preschool, which is around age 4, all the way through 10th grade, which is around age 14, ever since we were founded in 1992. Okay,
now, why is this an important sector for investors to know and understand, the education sector?
It's a very interesting market, and I think tutoring as a discipline has been around for years and years and years, but it's in the last 5 to 10 years, the industry has consolidated and gotten a lot of attention, and so it's been really interesting. EduVentures estimates it's about a $2.2 billion industry with about 1.9 million students in it. So there's a real growing group of people that are seeking out tutoring. So one piece is that the market's already of a pretty good size. The second piece of it is that there's been a big echo boom population. These are the kids of the baby boomers. And the combination of an increasing focus on standardized tests and increasing competition and pressure, because there are more students in the echo boom, heading into college has made parents very aware of the importance of education, of the role that education plays in their child's advancement into adulthood. And they've also become very educated about what components of education might be right for their child. So what we're seeing is an increasing group of parents with kids that are who value education, both the parent and the child, and parents with highly educated questions about how to ensure that their child gets the best education possible and the right education for their particular child.
Now, is there like a standard rubric where most children come in and need help in a certain area? Is there an augmenting of skills, like an additional skills? What is often done with SCORE with children?
The role of supplemental education, which is what goes on after your school day ends, is really interesting. And I think we serve about 80,000 students across a year. And we see probably just about every combination that there is. Kids in general and parents in general come to us for sort of in 3 categories: to catch up, to keep up, and to get ahead. And we have programs for kids in each of those main categories. What we see within there is really that students are as individual as their personalities. So skill gaps may exist in kids they may be have gaps in both reading and math and come to us for a balanced program, which is really the straight catch-up. A lot of kids come to us where they are differentially skilled. So you may have a student that's really strong in reading and whose reading skills compensate for the fact that actually they're struggling in math. So a parent will come to us with just sort of that sense that there's not something right. And when we actually test the student, we'll find out you've got very, very strong competency in reading, and it's hiding some underlying skill deficits in math. We then work with that family to get that student up to grade level or up to where they need to be in their math skills.
How does SCORE separate itself from other tutoring centers and compete competitively?
Tutoring centers in general aim to get academic progress. So in that sense, any parent, for you investor parents who are out there doing both evaluating the market and whether your child needs a program, parents come for academic progress by and large. I think what SCORE adds to that is a very individualized approach. No learner is the same. The same learner may not even be learning in the same way in reading and math. So we offer a variety of programs. We have traditional pen and pencil, what you think of when I say tutoring, as well as computer-based programs for students who learn better with direct instruction, but that's supplemented with a computer curriculum. We also really focus on what I call the non-academic drivers of success. And those are the things that really impact a student's conception of themselves as a learner. So you can get good grades, but do you feel smart? And do you feel like you're a good learner? Those are confidence, motivation, the ability to set and achieve an academic goal. And the part of the SCORE program that focuses on those aspects of learning is just as strong, and it's also been with us for 15 years, as our academic components. And it's when you really put those two together, academic progress and a student's conception of themselves as a confident, good learner, that's where a parent gets success.